revitalization of Allentown, the NIS, affects us in terms of our community and our ethical action in the Lehigh Valley. But I do want to thank Senator Brown, Cy Traub, and Alan Jennings for joining us this morning and offering their take on this particular topic.
Is it appropriate for the model to allow for the movement of commercial activity within the region and to provide an incentive for that? I've come to a realization over time that some of our urban centers have become so challenged that it is really, really idealistic to think that you're going to be able to garner new growth, interstate growth into that urban center until you rebuild the platform. To ask a company in New Jersey to come into a challenged neighborhood, challenged urban center like Allentown, when the platform is so weak and there's really not enough regional commitment to that urban center, it's not going to happen. And Allentown's, Reading's, Altoona's, I'm convinced that that is something that's going to be really challenging for that to happen. So the model allows for some regional redistribution.
The NIS law has enabled us to really do wonders in rebuilding the city of Allentown. I've been the chairman of the Allentown Economic Development Corporation for about 17 years. And what I would say is I have described this as we're basically chipping away at trying to redevelop the city of Allentown. Some of the successes were that we were able to, using the KOZ and other state opportunities for tax exemption, we were able to acquire the Hess site and eventually get the PPL Plaza built. We were able to get the L-Tri-C to move downtown and rebuild that. But it was on a site-specific, building-by-building approach. And we're still doing that. I still chair that agency, and we're still doing that. But nothing gave us the opportunity that the NIS legislation gave us. The NIS legislation gave us the opportunity to do in 3 years what most people have said couldn't be accomplished in 10 years. And what our authority is charged with is basically to review, we were charged with 2 things. One was to oversee and build the arena complex. And to do that, we're actually the owners of the arena and the parking decks. So we had to issue the bonds, oversee the issuance of the bonds, enter into the construction agreements, and basically build the arena and the parking decks, and coordinate that with the construction of the hotel and the office buildings that conjoin with it. And I don't think I could ever do that without Sarah Hailstone, who's in the audience.
The kind of city doesn't do anybody any good, except maybe predatory, lenders, check cashing stores, pawn shops, and so on. So the ethics of what's going on here is really a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. Allentown's poverty rate is 30%. It increased 20% in 5 years in the last half of this past decade. That is a frightening number. When you look at the rest of the county's poverty rate, take Allentown out of the equation. Allentown's poverty rate, almost 1 in 3 people are poor. In the rest of the county, it's something like 1 in 10. Again, that's the real ethical consideration here. Wealth disparity my Republican friends are acknowledging wealth disparity is a disgrace. It's got to be addressed. And I think this is a huge opportunity to address wealth disparity in the Lehigh Valley. Hubert Humphrey once said, best anti-poverty program is a job. Alan Jennings would say that the best community development program is one that creates a profit. If the marketplace doesn't work, the community can't thrive. And that's what this thing is all about. It's about making the marketplace work. Now, a lot of people probably think I'm so far to the left, I'm some kind of a flaming communist. But I am a market guy. Basically, I see my role as bugging you to make the marketplace work better. I'm a humanitarian, which is to say that I think that every decision we make, we should be considering the impact on the community of every choice we make. Where we spend our money, how we invest, all those kinds of things, those are an important consideration of every decision we make, not just what's good for me or even what's good for my family, what's good for my community and my world. And again, that makes this an easy decision.